As-salamu alaykum, Sayyidi.
Alaikum salam.
Sayyidi, are all souls interconnected? Can you please expand on the reality of souls having different darajats?
It's ocean of light for us to understand that if you kill one you've killed them all. That Allah give to us that the reality of the soul is our understanding of like the internet, that people are communicating through other people's computers because they're connected to a collective net or web of devices. Our reality is that every soul is connected to souls, there's nothing disconnected from this web of souls because there's no soul that is independent, but they're all dependent upon the web of souls. And all of their faiz and energy comes from the universal soul. So they all came from the soul of Sayyidina Muhammad. So you go to the AI and ask, what's insan kamil? And then you get the book and you read it. So the collective energy is what we call Muhammadun Rasulullah insan kamil, the perfected creation. Means that's the universal soul. So from that soul every soul is created, and from that soul all souls take their energy. And that Prophet Muhammadun Rasulullah takes from La ilaha illallah. So everything is connected, and that's why we don't look down upon anything because Allah will return everything back to its origin. The badness that people do is their physicality, but the soul is pure and purified and will always remain pure and purified no matter how much shaitan tries to darken the souls of people. All they can achieve is the darkening of a physicality. The soul is a light and returns back to Allah. They say, then what happens to bad people in the grave is that they don't damage the soul, they just never gave a light to it. They never illuminated and made the light to increase. But in the azab of the grave the soul will stand next to, but the body will be punished and the nafs will be punished until the point of separation from how much the body and the nafs try to attach to the soul, the burning and the punishment until that attachment can be cleared. Then the difficulty of the soul in the grave that it didn't achieve an energy level that it should have. As a result it doesn't burn very bright, and then that soul's torment in the grave is it has to look at the difficulty of all its loved ones without the ability to intervene and to help. Still no paradise, is locked, everything's still on this abode. So soul that did not blossom and improve itself, got rid of its punishment, next level of punishment is that it roams the earth looking at the difficulty of all its loved ones, the torment of its children and all the loved ones it left behind. It didn't illuminate itself to have credit with Allah, so it just watches them as a bystander in their difficulty and in their torment. That can be even worse than hell because you see the difficulty of your loved ones and you can't intervene. Proactive people, they understand they're going in the grave and they want the most amount of power before they enter the grave. They do the most amount of good, the most amount of blessings, and that's what we said in the Surah Munafiqeen during Rajab, that when the Salihin died and was about to be accounted by Allah, the only reply that Allah is giving to us is that, Ya Rabbi, before anything let me go back and give everything away, everything I own away, to become from your righteous servants. Why? Didn't say, make my hajj, let me go back and make more salah, but let me give everything away because of the station in which charitable acts and charity open to the reality of the soul. And what the soul understood of what it's going to need now in Allah's presence. So this is an important reality for souls. People whom are proactive, they build their souls, they do a lot of activity and they motivate a lot of people so that their souls become heavy with lights and blessings. Why? So that when they enter the grave they actually begin working then, because that's what they planned for. They didn't plan for dunya, they planned for their akhirah. And as a result they enter the grave, they shed the weight of their physicality, and Allah now gives them all their authority and all their power. And that's why we visit maqams, that's why we follow holy people, because they're invested in akhirah not dunya. So they're very powerful with their akhirah reality. As a result that's when they're very powerful and very active. You call upon them, you think upon them, they bless your life. They visit all their loved ones and that includes their family and their students, and they relieve them of difficulties by virtue of the credit Allah gave to them, which is immense, immense. We said 1 hour tafakkur is like 70 years of worship. These people have lifetimes, 5,000 lifetimes worth of barakah and blessings. And Allah describes them throughout, Salaamun hiya hatta mitla al-fajr, the people of Laylatul Qadr, they have a qadr, their life is like 1,000 months. Every fajr is dressing them 1,000 months, every fajr dressing them 1,000 months. So they have a lot of blessings in the grave, and as a result they can move anywhere on this earth, they spread that blessing and that faiz and that light. That's why the tariqahs are so powerful, and they take and take many difficulties away from people, because all those shaykhs support their representatives first, then support all the students and all the loved ones and their service is that. And that's why shaitans were trying to attack the graves of awliya, because the shaitans want the earth filled with no blessings so that they could ruin and destroy the lives of people. So this has many powerful realities, and Allah has given many realities to the soul, inshaAllah.